Welcome to the Nifty Chicks. In this episode of the Nifty News, Starbucks teases NFT and Web3 rewards. Ledger sells out their NFT launch. Solana attacked, costing users more than $5 million. Plus, Tiffany & Co. is selling a CryptoPunk pendant for a measly 30 ETH. Instagram is in the news again, announcing that they are adding the Flow blockchain NFTs. Let's do this.
Welcome back, Jen FT. I'm happy to have you here with me, kind of from the other side of the world.
That's right. I am actually sailing through Italy. We just were in Pisa today and heading to Rome tomorrow. So super excited to be here. I missed you so much. I missed all of our listeners. Very excited to dive in.
I know. And I believe we all need to see some pictures, Jen FT.
I know. I will be sharing those. Maybe I should do that on Instagram story. So watch out for those.
Okay. I think that's a great idea. So let's go ahead and jump into the news because as we all know, Jen FT is traveling and who knows how long internet connection will stay good for us, right?
In the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Makes things a little challenging. So you and I both love coffee, and I was excited to see Starbucks is announcing their jump into Web3 and NFTs. And it sounds like maybe we'll have more information next month, but they are planning on taking their, award-winning rewards program into Web3.
Yeah, it makes total sense to me. They already have a killer rewards program, and the card that they have that you get points on, which is now digital if you have that. It's such a great, I think, perfect structure for the Web3 space. So I'm excited. I love Starbucks. I'm a huge Starbucks fan. So I'm excited that they are finally launching this. This is going to be good.
Yeah. I think it's interesting what the CEO, Howard Schultz, said. He said, "We are working on a very exciting new digital initiative that builds on our existing industry-leading digital platform in innovative new ways, all centered around coffee and, most important, loyalty." And I mean, I think that just shows you, Starbucks truly is like, you either love them or you hate them. I personally love Starbucks, so, it's
Same.
a little bit harder to get here in Puerto Rico, but whenever I go back to the States, it's definitely one of the places that I frequent.
For sure. Yeah, same. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. I think it's also another Fortune 500 company kind of moving into this space. So, I'm hearing a lot of things about NFTs dying and are dead. Like, this is a perfect example that is not true.
Right. Well, and speaking of NFT projects not dying, is Ledger just sold out their NFT launch in 24 hours. And I was lucky enough to get a pre-mint access, and I was able to grab one at the mint price. So that was very exciting for me. It's interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting project. So not only do you get access to a special ledger, that I believe is going to launch or be available sometime maybe next month, September or October. I'm not exactly sure. Part of the reason I wanted in on this is that they have partnered with a bunch of other high-profile collaborations. So one of them is the Nike Artifact project. There's a bunch of other projects that they have on their website that they've announced. So I think it's going to be interesting. If you hold that NFT, you'll get access to all these other launches. So should be cool.
Yeah. And the headline being the fact that they sold out. We're not seeing that a lot lately. So,
yeah.
Obviously there's still, some good energy in this space, for a project to be selling out in just 24 hours. It's rare to begin with, and especially with the current market situation. So I think it's exciting. Right. I think maybe we're turning a corner in what do they call, the crypto winter? I'm not sure. No, don't quote me on that. But I'd say that this is actually a good sign.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. However, we do have some bad news, as always. Feels like, there's always something going on out there. And Solana was attacked, and they were able to get over 5 million from people's wallets.
Yeah. I mean, there's been so many like ETH attacks, and so like it's been very ETH centric, and like with OpenSea and so it's interesting to see that these attackers are not just singling ETH out, they are moving to other blockchains. So if you're not an ETH fan and you're like, well, I'm safe because I'm on Solana, I'm on Wax, or I'm on this, know that you're not exactly safe anywhere. You have to be very, very careful.
Right. I am happy to report I checked my Solana account and all my NFTs are still sitting there secure. So I guess I need to do a little more research into what I need to do to ensure they stay secure and they don't get drained.
Right.
Good. So, yeah. This I thought was very interesting. Moving on to Tiffany and Co.
Yes.
They have been in the crypto space, but they just announced they're going to sell CryptoPunk NFT pendants. And guess how much they're selling them for, Jen FT?
A lot. More than I can afford.
30 ETH. So as of today, August 5th, 2022, that we're recording this, that is a little over 50,000 USD for a CryptoPunk NFT.
Yeah.
And I would assume they're verifying that you own that CryptoPunk, right? Like we talked about it with merch.
I would assume, I think it was Old Navy that is releasing CryptoPunk NFTs, and that is not going to be verified. You do not need to be an owner to purchase that. I'm hoping Tiffany's is, focusing a little bit more on the authenticity.
So here in this article, it says they're only selling 250 of them, and it is exclusive to CryptoPunk holders. Nobody can buy more than 3, and you have to purchase the NFT on the Ethereum blockchain and then redeem them for the physical pendant.
So that does mean that you do not need to be the owner of that CryptoPunk. You can be the owner of any CryptoPunk. You have to be.
No, exclusively to CryptoPunk holders.
Correct. But I'm reading that. To me, that reads that I can own a CryptoPunk with a hat, and then purchase the Tiffany, which is going to be a CryptoPunk without a hat. It's not going to be your CryptoPunk.
Oh, here we go.
I have to say,
it added that designers would interpret each CryptoPunk into a custom designed pendant, converting the 87 attributes and the 159 colors to the most similar gemstone or enamel color.
Amazing. So, I love that. I love that they did that. That's amazing. And I have to say, like, I think that's awesome. I would A, kill for a CryptoPunk, and then B, kill for one of these Tiffany necklaces. They're just, that's going to be so epic.
I love my Fame Lady pendant. I would definitely love to have a CryptoPunk NFT pendant. So, if anybody out there listening wants to send Jen FT and I a CryptoPunk NFT pendant,
I would gladly accept.
Yes, we would gladly accept it. Okay, amazing. So let's move on to Instagram. Instagram has been talking a lot about NFTs and blockchain and how they're moving into this space. Most recently, they announced that they are adding the Flow blockchain NFTs, and we saw the Flow token pump 44% because of that.
I think there was another article that may have captured that it actually bumped over 50% too. So it seems to keep rising. But I think one of the reasons why this is so interesting to me is because any of the big players in this space, people are watching them and watching the types of partnerships that they're making. And so this is just an example of Meta, Instagram, that whole conglomerate making partnerships with a different blockchain outside of Ethereum, which is kind of like the main, most common thing. So I think because of that partnership, flow itself, the blockchain flow, will likely have a pretty big bump in resources to then continue building onto it, and maybe perhaps becoming a competitor to the Solanas, the Ethereum.
Right.
So I think it's just really interesting. It's a really interesting partnership.
Yeah. I have to add here too, because I just, within the last week or so, the Fabricant had a partnership with WoW, World of Women. And I was able to get in on that because of my WoW Galaxy girl. So I actually just got on the Flow blockchain, and I went in and created a bunch of different outfits that I was actually, just before we started recording the show, I was going through and redeeming them all or revealing them all. And so I could see this as something very interesting because, with Meta and Flow and Instagram, I mean, you could potentially be wearing these outfits that you've created in, say, your Instagram stories with your avatar, or you could see that being a potential, definitely in Meta, right? Connect your wallet and wear your outfit that you've created. So I think it's really interesting times.
With the dollars that Meta has to put behind any of this types of stuff, like I think there is no limit to what we're going to see with this. They just have the resources that so many others don't. So I think that's going to be super interesting to watch over time.
Definitely. And lastly, I had to put this one in here because I think this is interesting just for, the Coinbase and BlackRock coming together on the Bitcoin bandwagon. And to me, this is traditional finance joining forces with, Coinbase and new finance. What are your thoughts on this, Jen FT? Because you're deep in that space.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. BlackRock is kind of known for being very sophisticated in their kind of research, in what they do. Every move is very calculated and very researched and thought out. So I'm interested. I'm not surprised to see them kind of going this direction. I'm excited because, again, anywhere we can see the like old kind of mentality thinking, adopting some sort of future forward thinking, I think is just really exciting to see. So yeah, it's I'm not surprised, and I'm excited to kind of see others jump on the bandwagon too. Perhaps, a lot of BlackRock's kind of competitors.
Yeah, and a couple things from this article that I want to point out is that Coinbase stock went up, and then investors are happy about it because they see the potential for this, deal and others like it possibly reviving crypto after what's been, a pretty tough past few months, a year. So hopefully this means, like we talked about earlier, that things are turning around and we will start to see crypto going up.
For sure.
So that's all we've got for the news. We want to make sure that you are following us on all the socials. You can find us at the Nifty Chicks. That is the Nifty NIFTY Chicks CHICKS. And you can find us on all the socials.
That's right. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the Nifty Chicks all the way from the Mediterranean Sea. Always remember, invest in yourself. You are worth it.
Please listen carefully to the following disclaimer. Neither the host nor the guests of the Nifty Chicks podcast are acting in the capacity of financial advisors. We wish to remain transparent and impartial to the NFT community at all times, and therefore, the content provided by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests are intended for general information purposes only. Nothing written or discussed by the Nifty Chicks hosts and guests should be construed or relied upon as investment, financial, legal, regulatory, accounting, tax, or similar advice. Nothing should be interpreted as a solicitation to invest in any cryptocurrency or NFT, and nothing herein should be construed as a recommendation to engage in any investment strategy or transaction. Please be advised that it is in your own best interest to consult with investment, legal, tax, or similar professionals regarding any specific situation and any prospective transaction decisions. You must do your own research when considering investing in cryptocurrencies or NFTs. We are simply sharing our journey with you as we learn more about the world of NFTs. Happy minting.